Hello, Asiya and Dev. Um, I don't know if you know, but your friend Mark asked me to do a couples reading for you. And this is going to be super fun for me because we've never met. We're not even Facebook friends. So um, this is truly an experiment, and I can't wait to get your feedback. So please let me know. Anyways, just to explain the kind of readings I do, these are Osho Zen cards. Maybe you're familiar with Osho, a very well-known Indian guru who's left us. I'm a fan of his work. Well, I'm a fan of everyone's work, to be honest. And he created this card deck as a self-awareness tool, a way to stir up the subconscious, bring some things to surface so we get more clarity. And therefore, when we have clarity, we can make more empowering decisions. We have better thoughts about ourselves, positive thoughts with clarity, and that equals positive actions, positive life, whatever. So anyways, this is what I call a quickie couple reading. It's only 4 cards. And basically, the first card will be about Asiya, what's going on with her right now. Then the next card will be about Dev, what's going on with Dev right now. Then the third card is a composite, what these two dynamics, what's being called to look at. And then lastly, a conclusion card. So Osho and of course Zen is all about the now. So this reading is about what's going on with you now. Now, because the idea is what you're feeling now determines what you're thinking now, and what you're thinking turns into words, turns into action. So basically that's how we create our future. So in order to have the best life you could possibly imagine, you want to keep positive. So let's see what's blocking or even assisting. So let's look at what goes on here. So this reading is technically only valid for about 2 weeks. So it's the stuff to look at now and for the next 2 weeks. So let's start with Asiya. Ooh, you got the isolation card. Okay, if you see here, this soul is trapped in ice and is crying golden tears. When we are experiencing discomfort, not having a good time, perhaps we're going through a lot of issues, whether it's at work, whether it's whatever. Some people pull away and go into hiding. And that's not good or bad unless it's your only way of dealing with pain, because what ends up happening is we suppress that sorrow, that anger, that disappointment, that bitterness, that resentment. We suppress it. We go into, we don't release it. And so this says you need to share this means articulate it. Maybe it's not something you want to do face to face. You can write it down. You can paint it if you're a painter. You can write a song about it. Have you ever heard Eminem? My God. Listen to artists. They're just releasing, which is beautiful. So anyways, this just says if you're hurting, if you're upset, and keep in context, this is about your relationship, don't pull away. Don't go into hiding. You need to get that out, share that, and trust that your partner is going to love you no matter what you're feeling. Besides, feelings are just temporary, so let's get them out, get them out. Okay, so the next card is Dev. And Dev, you got the participation card, and this says, okay, you need to get out. You need to be more social. Yeah, it sounds like you both, I wouldn't be surprised if you're both kind of, these are both, our partners tend to mirror us, and it's not, which came first, the chicken or the egg. No, in an infinite universe, if you study physics, everything happens at the same time. So yes, the chicken and egg came at the same time. So this tells me that this is how you deal with pain instead of actually sharing it and finding a way to release it, to get that sorrow out, crying. And yes, I know all the kind of cultural whacked up beliefs and prejudice we have about crying, but that is true release on a cellular level. So this is saying you guys need to like do that together. Get it out, get it out, get it out. No judgment, just totally release it. There's a great process that Teal Scott does. You can look her up on YouTube about how to deal with um, painful topics. And you basically go through, you sit across the table from your partner and you say, okay, I'm going to go through all my emotions. And please, can you refrain and just let me get them all out? Because you start off at anger. Like you think about the stuff that he has done, she has done that just, makes you, question what am I doing with this person? Trust me, it happens to everyone. Get out the anger, and the other person cannot comment. They have to just sit through it. They can breathe. But they have to be present. Um, well, they don't have to really be present for this to work, but it's a beautiful exercise that you two do together. Then after anger, you go to the sadness. Like I was disappointed, I was hurt, I felt vulnerable. Then you go to insecurities. What did this set off? Oh, fear of abandonment, self-esteem issues. I'm not lovable, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not making it, whatever, all those other self-defecating thoughts that we have. And then you work your way up to forgiveness, and then lastly, acceptance. And at acceptance is when you have love and gratitude for that person again. So basically, this exercise goes from anger, rage, all the way up to depression, then up to, fears and awareness of what's going on with you, what this triggered on with you, then to forgiveness, like, oh, they're just playing into my story, whatever, where they're doing the role I gave them, and then up to acceptance, love, and forgiveness for both of you. It's incredibly healing. Again, go check out Teal Scott's video on a really great way to release in a beautiful way. And then, of course, the next person goes. But again, and this card, Dev, is saying you need to participate, take action, don't be aloof, don't go into hiding. Step in, try some new things. This is going to stimulate you both on many levels. Okay, so the next is the composite energies, and you got turning in. Okay, so yeah, this is a time for you guys to turn in. I mean, if you meditate, and keep in mind, meditate doesn't mean you got to be in lotus position staring at a candle, listening to like, you know, Om Padme Hum stuff. Meditation could just be you two laying on the bed next to each other in corpse pose, holding hands, maybe not talking, and just really feeling out. Love is a meditation too. If it's really mindful sex, that is a meditation too. If you're focusing every moment on how into this elbow, this ear, this, and loving it, that's a meditation. I mean, there's a million ways to turn in. So ideally, turn in separately, get your time apart to kind of turn in, and then also it might be a fun exercise to try it together. Okay, and lastly, this is the conclusion. Integration. And this is a big deal card. This is a beautiful card. So this says, you as a couple, what's been happening, not just with you, but with the world. Don't get me started listing all the stuff. But it's integrating the best of ourselves and what we think, what we perceive, what has been labeled or defined by others before us, also known as conditioning, bad things about ourselves, the things we don't like about ourselves. And this is true oneness, true integration, because it's not until we can love and appreciate and accept those qualities that we haven't figured out how they really serve us, but they really do. Um, you know, uh, Basically, this is saying until you can get to that point where you accept. Now think of this in the context of a relationship. It starts with yourself. If you can accept that you can be bitchy, or that you can be selfish sometimes. I don't even know what selfish means. Selfish means taking care. Let's take that one out. Scratch that. If you can accept your little habits, or things, someone sarcastic or negative, whatever, if you can love and accept that as it is in yourself, then that's true self-acceptance. That's true self-love. And then the next step, I think it's actually easier to do it for your partner. You can look at those little quirks and things that drive you crazy, or that annoy you, or that you think are thoughtless. And if you can find a way to, I mean, that's what you're trying to do. You're seeing the ugly in each other, or what you perceive as the ugly. Um, and you're like, oh, but real love is going to be coming to that point where you accept that. You're like, hey, yeah, he's an asshole driver or something. I don't know why that showed up. You'll have to let me know if Dev is an asshole driver. But, learning to love and appreciate that. His asshole driving gets you there on time, whatever. So that's just an example. So I sincerely hope to get some honest feedback from you. Like I said, I have never done a couples reading on people that I've never met, or don't even, you know, you came from Mark. So thank you for being part of this joyful experiment. And I can't wait to hear your feedback. All right, thank you. Bye.